A cricket song is one of the most recognizable and evocative natural sounds. For Italy, the Venice Lagoon was once home to a thriving population of Adriatic marbled bush crickets, or Zunariana marmorata. Thought to be extinct, only as recently as the early 1990s did scientists rediscover small pockets of this endangered species in northern Italy. Song of the Cricket is a design experiment that we established in the Venice Biennale. A cricket song is a useful way of understanding the health of that population and the health of the ecosystems that it inhabits. That song has been lost for certain species. We're interested in bringing the cricket back and reestablishing that song as part of the life of the lagoon. The project started here in Australia with another organism, the matchstick grasshopper. The principal idea was to reestablish organisms low in the food web that could cater to birds, small mammals, and other insects and start to rehabilitate ecosystems and food webs. We looked to translate this kind of project internationally. That's when we found and met Filippo Buzzetti. Filippo is an entomologist whose research alongside a recent IUCN report on the Adriatic marbled bush cricket identified barriers and established a precedent for reintroducing the species. The Biennale became a testing ground for the reintroduction. The life cycle of the species aligned with the duration of the Biennale, building on the relationships between the staging of the Biennale and the organism. We constructed habitats, breeding in enclosures, and floating wetland systems where crickets could live, reproduce, and be heard. By bringing in early adults into the exhibit, they matured on site and sang for a period as part of the Biennale. It's the first time that crickets have sung in the Venice Lagoon in perhaps a century. At the end of the Biennale, after the crickets had bred and produced eggs, we collected the material and transported it down to the Valle Averto. Our goal is to continue to support that population and grow it and build a foundation population at the Valle Averto that we can then use to translocate to other sites across the lagoon. The Venice Lagoon is highly managed and shaped by centuries of human intervention. The Museo flood defense infrastructure is reshaping tidal flows and wetlands, designed to protect the city from rising water levels, but also altering the hydrologic dynamics of the lagoon. And the cricket, because it inhabits this intertidal zone between land and water, is a perfect organism to reestablish in those zones as a tool for understanding the ecosystem impacts of the Museo flood defense system. It is time to rethink how we engage with ecosystems and with organisms. Not only what we see, but what we hear, and what it means when those sounds disappear.